Morning, kids. What's up? Happy Monday. Hope you had a killer weekend. I sure did. And it is like 70, maybe close to 70 today, I think, in Memphis. 68. That's close enough. Oh my gosh, spring is coming, folks. At least in the Northern Hemisphere. All you Southerners, winter's coming. No, it's great. It's great to have a little more freedom, a little more life. We were at the park this weekend. There's America's, the United States, I guess the whole country, maybe just the lower 48, the largest inner city park in the country is maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles from our house. And there's this Green Line Trail, Rails to Trails project that's all through our city. It's so great. Anyway, we rode our bikes over there yesterday, and there was like live music from an amphitheater, and it's enormous. It's like a 50-acre natural amphitheater up on this hill set. And so everybody can socially distance there. They had it set up really, really well. It wasn't advertised. It was just kind of if you got to the park that day, it was great. Happy Monday, CN. And oh my gosh, it was so great to just see, even though everybody's super spread out, just to see people out, great weather, real music, like real vocalists, real instrumentalists just playing their hearts out. Oh my gosh. I miss live music, right? I really do. Hey, Chris, man, good to see you, man. I will enjoy this great day. I'm so glad to be out. All right, let's talk about what to stop doing. Now, this is something that a coach taught me, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago. And he really challenged me to not look at the things that I need to start doing or do better or overcome my weaknesses or figure something out that's better or worse for me. But he really challenged me to start stopping things, like to quit things. So let me walk you through the mindset of what he kind of talked through in that whole process. What are you going to stop doing? Sorry, I'm trying to get the sun a little bit right here. I know it's kind of crazy, right? What are you going to stop doing? So stopping doing something is kind of harder in a lot of ways than starting doing something. It's easy to read a book and realize, oh, I'm gonna go do this awesome new prospecting thing, or I've got this great organizational tool I'm gonna start using, or I'm gonna go hire a VA, or all these things. I don't mean hiring, delegating, outsources, automating. I don't mean that kind of stopping. I mean like, what are you gonna cold stop doing? What's up, Raymond? Good to see you. What are you gonna stop? So here's the kind of stuff that my coach years ago talked me through. He was like, you need to look at the things that you're doing because you've always done them, or you're doing them because someone else in your community is doing them, or you're doing because you're copying another coach, another expert, another agency owner, or you're doing them because the task management or file management suite or whatever you've purchased has lined that up as the natural progression for the workflow. Or you're doing them because you always have a team meeting on Monday mornings at 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Or you're doing them because you always have been prospecting this way, or whatever it is that you've always been doing. He said, stop for a second and just look at them. And over the past 12 months, don't go back 10 years. Maybe it worked for you 7 years ago. Over the past 12 months, has it been working? Has it been delivering results? And yeah, I know the past 12 months has been different, okay? I get that. It's kind of a good example for that, really. The past 12 months have been very different for most of us than the previous 12 months, right? What have you been doing the past 12 months? Has it been working or not? If it has not been working, he said, cold stop, like hard stop, screeching halt. That one thing right there saved me so much time. And more than time, it saved me the emotional energy, the space, right? The stuff that's going on between our ears that just makes us stumble over ourselves every day and gets us in the way of our activity, the stuff that matters. So what have you been doing? Ask yourself this. What have you been doing for the past 12 months that is not working? Like, just look back to recent history. Is it a prospecting piece? Is it an organizational piece? Is it a team meeting piece? Is it a networking or support group, or I hear this a lot these days, some kind of coffee chat group you have? Well, me and my buds, we hang out, 3 times a week on Zoom and just kind of catch up and support each other. I think that's so awesome. But you got to look at that and say, is it working? And I don't mean, is it getting you new business or making you more money? Is it giving you the result that you wanted? Are you in a place now, today, that you need that kind of support 3 times a week, or do you need it once a week? Is it the right thing? So here's the ideas. Stop doing things. Identify things to stop doing. Have a stop to-do list, right? Not outsourcing, not automating. I mean, really leaving these things out of your life. All right, a stop to-do list. Is it checking social media twice a day in case you miss a message and it really sucks you in for 3 hours, right? Been there. Is it a habit personally that you want to stop doing? I'm not talking business. What do you want to stop doing that you started doing because you needed a certain result, a certain mindset, a certain amount of support, a certain amount of, productivity, money coming in? What did you start doing over the past several years that you've layered on and you're continuing the process, but it's not getting you results? Identify one or two, three of those things max. All right, right now, identify three of those things max. One is fine. I think one's in some ways better. And stop doing it, okay? You make a stop to-do list right at the top, stop to-do list. Just like the reverse of a to-do list, put the list of things you think you want to stop doing down the list, put little check boxes next to them or whatever, and check off one and write the date next to it today. All right, Noel, awesome to see you. So check off one on your stop to-do list and put the check box next to it today and put the day's date, okay? Then stop doing that and go for a full week, all right? And then note that you've put the full week date on there. So like you got the stop to-do list at the top, you got your list of things you want to stop doing, and then first thing up there, I'm gonna pick one, right? One to three, no more than that, but ideally one. Check the box. I'm stopping doing, been meeting with a networking group online for the past 4 years. It's our networking group and it's part of this bigger organization. It's our networking group and we give referrals to each other. Well, has it gotten you results the past 12 months? If it hasn't, put it on the list. Let's say we're gonna choose that one. I'm gonna stop doing it, all right? Oh, thanks, Chris. Glad, man, right? It's so important to stop doing things, right? Noel, this theme keeps coming up. Wow, really, Noel, it's great to hear that. Where are you spending your time? I know. It's hard to manage our time sometimes, especially in a busy world like this. Okay, let's say it's this networking group. I've been doing it for 4 years, let's say. I've gotten no results the past 12 months, and I love these people. They're my people, right? But really, an hour of your week, is it the time that's right for you? All right, so I'm gonna stop doing it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check off that one. I'm gonna put today's date. I don't know what today's date, March something. Put today's date. And then a week from now, I'm gonna come back to that stop to-do list every Monday. And I'm gonna look and see, did me not showing up at last week's meeting have any impact on my business, positive or negative? Did it or not? Positive. Yeah, I picked up an extra hour of my time. I went for a walk for 30 minutes of it, and I actually got some real prospecting done for the 30 minutes. Cool, yeah, you. Negative, I miss seeing my friends. Okay, write that down under that day's date. Just get a little note, all right? Go another week. Do that for 4 weeks in a row. And if the positives outweigh the negatives, then it is time to stop doing that. And then revisit that thing at the 90-day mark, okay? So 90 days from now, you'd revisit everything you've stopped and put off the list. Do it for once a week for 4 weeks in a row. The date, and then pros and cons of not doing that week, all right? And then the same thing 90 days from now, just to make sure you don't need to jump back into something and there's been some shift in the economy or the business or your relationships or whatever that you need to kind of hammer back into. That is it. That is the stop to-do list. Make a list of things. Don't stop 20 things at once unless they're just super obvious. Like, I'm gonna not check Facebook 20 times a day. Okay, pretty obvious. Maybe you should check it once a day, right? Go ahead and run the list, put the date down. You're not gonna have any negative pushback from that. If you're worried about having negative pushback from that a week from now, put the date down, stop checking Facebook 20 times a day. I'm gonna check it once a day. I'm gonna set a timer. I'm gonna be on there for 30 minutes. Let's just say that, okay? So if that's what you do it a week from now, check it. What were the pros and cons? Did it work, not work? That way you can make a logical decision, because a lot of us we think we're checking social media, Facebook, we're in Clubhouse, we're checking our LinkedIn accounts. It's kind of this habit. That's a good example. Or our emails. We're just constantly checking. We're picking up our phone, looking for what's going on. Is there a bite on the hook kind of thing? But truly, that's causing us so much distraction. It's not really giving us the benefit. What's up, Raymond? It's not giving us the benefit of what we need to do. It's giving us the distraction that we don't need. All right? Noel, awesome. Good for you. I can't wait to hear about that list later. If you're in the Q&A in a little while, I'd love to hear what you ended up finding on your list. Anyway, so many things we're doing because we've always done them, or they're the pattern, or it's some, dopamine hit we get from being online in some way. And we need to stop. Because there's new things we should be doing. There's probably a lot of things we should not be doing and not fill the time up. For me, when I did my stop doing list, I probably filled maybe a third of those time slots, so to speak, with a new activity, and the other 2/3 I just didn't do anything. Like, I just got more life back. I got more time back. I got more chances to be outside and go for walks and hang out with people that I really care about that aren't business oriented at all. Just going for a walk with a neighbor. That's the good stuff, right? That really is the good stuff. That's what we want when we're entrepreneurs. We want that kind of freedom. We dream of that kind of freedom. We long for that kind of freedom. And yet we fill ourselves up with all kind of things we shouldn't be doing. Not right or wrong things, just, why am I doing that? There's your stop to-do list. All right, kids, I'm gonna get out of here. Have a great Monday. Make the list. Stop doing between 1 and 3 things this week. Document what the pros and cons were from ending that activity next week, this time next week, and then do it for 4 weeks in a row. So in 4 weeks, you will have a very objective view of what life was like not doing that activity, all right? Not checking email but once a day, not checking social but once a day, putting a timer on your phone so it shuts down certain apps that are distractions to you at a certain time every day or at a certain number of minutes. Not showing up at the same networking event, shifting out of a coaching call that you've been doing and shifting into a new one. I think the things that really bog me down are feeling like I should be part of communities that are people I'm connected to, and I want to show up because I don't want to offend anybody if I don't show up. But for me, a lot of times it's no, I need to not show up because I need to be over here. I'm super glad for them in their group, but I need to be over here. What's that for you? Figure that out, document it, make the list, check off 1 to 3 things this week, document how that process goes for the next 3-4 weeks, and then make a hard decision. And then don't look at it again until the 90-day mark, and then you can go and just make sure at the 90-day mark, looking back, yep, I quit that networking event, let's say, and it's okay. Nothing bad happened. Then move on with a clear mind. Okay, kids, that's it for me. We get to work. Talk soon.